so that you enjoy, so that you may like, you may subscribe, and you may comment once out in the comment section. Daniel Zinabongtatia, the Prince of Journalism, the man from the mineral-rich Busoga. To the war, Ndugu Taliko, I am with the man himself.
Gideon Tugome. The man from Mijera, the grandson of Wanderia Gacharo, Kakuru Town Council, Hama County, Tungama District. Thanks so much for inviting me. Thanks so much for bringing me here to talk live with my people.
Live issues. So, banafe ndowooza muweze, so tubaaniriza bakegattako saawa eno. Awo ndaba abantu bano bawera, muwera kwe muli. Thank you for loving the Investigator TV, and thank you, gentlemen and ladies, for being a part of this conversation tonight. At least wano tuli mu budde wa buli mu kuziba.
But why don't you move this program? Why don't you move this program in English? Our people, our listeners.
We do an English show.
Yes, let's do an English show. Yes, some people need to know to have some kind of English. It's a day of speaking English. So I
am with the man himself.
Yes.
This gentleman you see here, save alone, him being my brother-in-law, Kubaya Wasawafe. He marries from one of the families in Busoga, Norwen Songeyo. He is my brother-in-law, being a man from the mineral-rich Busoga. He is a researcher, he's a politician, he's a human rights activist, he is a lawyer, he is a journalist, he is a family of the Investigator TV. He's a husband, he's a dad, he's a father, he is a Ugandan. You are welcome.
Thank you. And what people don't know is that I possess 2 degrees in finance and accounting. So, yes.
So you are an accountant.
2 degrees in finance and accounting. And my first degree is 2nd class upper.
Wow.
The bachelor's. And then I went for master's. By 2010, I already had a master's degree in finance and accounting. So the job of the governor, Bank of Uganda, if we're given an opportunity,
it has well slid through your fingers.
But I still have chances. You know, we are fighting to ensure that we change the regime.
Okay.
And when we change the regime, of course, we shall have to take up the positions which are available. So we for us, we are equipped with everything. We are equipped with the with the qualifications and the skills, so we know we can do everything possible for this country. We haven't been given an opportunity to serve our country, but we hope the time is coming.
One day.
Yeah, one day we shall, for sure. I don't know why.
That is oftentimes Kasozi here on this panel.
Yes.
Brings in a phrase where he normally says, with government yetegera in quotes.
Yes.
So I think I want to say, given that government that Kasozi refers to.
Yeah, of course, but you know, it can be there, the government that understands can come when actually you have planned for it before. But in the situation of this nature, if somebody removes President Museveni, the person who comes in will be even worse than Museveni himself. Because when you're looking at the situation, the political situation, you see how those people who are, you know, waiting to grab the chair, their motives are completely different.
Different, yeah. So better the devil you know than the saint you don't.
No, we don't say that the devil we know, and then we shall know forever.
At least we know President Museveni.
No.
And when he says this, we know what he's saying.
No, we have known him for a long time. So it is hard time he also quits. And he goes and do other things. There are many things he can do. By the way, we talk of unemployment.
He can go graze, he can go farm.
We are talking of unemployment.
So many things.
We are talking of unemployment in this country. These guys have got a lot of money. If you remove them from the government, they will go and start up factories. They will go and start up businesses because they cannot live without huge amounts of money. And so the employment will come. But right now, they are heaping. They are heaping on the hips. You know, what they kept to the other time, it is what they are adding on, to what they are adding on, to what they are adding on. So the poverty will always come to Ugandans. But let us remove these people peacefully. Tell them go and do some other things. President Museveni has got a capacity.
I think we have failed ourselves to educate the populace on so many other things that can be jobs. For instance,
Yes.
Agriculture can be a job.
Yeah,
You can
sure.
earn lots of money from there.
A lot, by the way, for agriculture.
Yes.
A lot.
So President Museveni can well go and do agriculture.
Well, he can go and do something. He has the capacity of starting up a factory that can employ about 200,000 people.
He creates employment for himself.
Yes, and for
He
other
amasses
people.
money for himself,
Yes.
but as well as creating employment.
Because what the money
and
they
income
have,
for.
the money they have is doing nothing. It is completely doing nothing. What they have done now is increasing the price of the land. They go and buy land at high prices because they have free money. The money that is collected by revenue, the money they get from collection on the minerals, it is being taken by them without authority. So they have a lot of money. I told you one day where somebody has money in the house, the whole room is full of money. So they just come and spray. They bring somebody to come and spray the fumigator. Fumigates
And that
goes
is
back.
happening here in Uganda?
Yes, it is in Uganda.
Then why do we want a governor bank of Uganda? Or why do we have the central bank?
That governor is just a puppet. They have just put somebody whom they want, whenever they want money, who cannot say, please, I will not going to give it to you.
It doesn't stand
Because,
his feet.
yeah, because first of all, the governor is a suspect in the money that had recently got lost.
This one they just appointed yesterday.
Yes, because he was the head, he was the acting governor. How can somebody come and steals everything from you, and then you just keep quiet, and then tomorrow they appoint you the full governor? That means President Museveni knows where the money goes. He knows those who take the money. So to cover up the investigation and what, he has to appoint this one. But the man was the acting governor. He hasn't even told us. Do you remember the first day he appeared in Parliament? He said the money was not stolen. Okay?
Then he twisted up words.
Twisted up words and what.
You know, we paid to wrong accounts, but we were...
No, you see, the actions of the president are monolithic, dictatorial, and obnoxious. Because for him, he just comes and sees somebody who is in wrong and appoints him. And then you wonder. Because this man would have answered some questions. He has not even appeared at police to record a statement as the acting governor. Money gets lost, and that's not the only money. We have it on our tips that 7 trillion was removed.
Money gets lost under your watch.
Yes, and you don't, and then tomorrow they promote you.
And tomorrow you are
promoted.
You are appointed the governor,
Bank of Uganda.
Well, dear viewers, we are talking about Mr. Mike Atingi. Yesterday, information came through that Mr. Mike Atingi finally is the governor, Bank of Uganda. He has been the deputy governor under the deceased Mike Mutabire, who died 3 years ago. Yeah. And for the last 3 years, Uganda, Bank of Uganda has been operating without governor, Bank of Uganda, but under the deputy. Yes. Just yesterday, President Museveni appointed Mike Atingi, and he will be deputized by Augustus Nwagaba.
Yes.
Yes. We will discuss that, and at the same time, we will discuss the relevance of the Supreme Court's ruling. Now that President Museveni, the commander-in-chief, and his son, the CDF, Chief of Defense Forces, Muhoozi Kainerugaba, are championing a protest against the Supreme Court's ruling, and they are saying civilians should continue being tried in the General Court Martial. Last Friday, they called the NRM legislators, or we call it a caucus, the NRM caucus, to debate the issue. And the MPs, one by one, in unison said, yes, President Museveni, you're on the right track, Muhoozi, you're on the right track. Civilians should continue being tried in the General Court Martial. Those two issues will be discussed here, me and Tuguma. Let's start with Mike Atingi as the appointed Governor Bank of Uganda. And
Yeah,
why did it take long?
No, you see.
Because this is a sensitive institution.
Yes.
Yes. Why exactly?
No, you see, first of all, this man has been acting the Governor Bank of Uganda for the last 3 years. That is against the law.
Yes, illegally.
Yes, the law says that a person to act in to function in the acting capacity will only do that within a period of 6 months.
6 months.
The other extension after 6 months, you can either appoint that same person in that position, or that same person should be removed, another person should come. So the Michael Tengogo something Ating Ego. This is a man who has been masquerading as the Bank of Uganda, acting Bank of Uganda governor. Yes, for the last 3 years, which is against the laws. And the Prime Minister never even waited to say, you man, you have been doing this illegally, now we need to put you at hold or we chase you. The man was given the biggest job.
You know, when someone performs exclusively well, that person is bound to be appreciated, is bound to be awarded. Is Mike Atingi being awarded by the president for having
yeah, mingled in the stealing of the public funds? You know, this is a circumnavigation of problems surrounding the whole country and the presidency. That the president just looks at someone who is in wrong and appoints him. That's what he normally does. Not only even to that one. Jim Muhoozi, Honorable Jim Muhoozi Katugugu. You remember what happened? He was arrested, charged for, I think,
Gavi Fund.
Yeah, Gavi Fund. And Mike Mukura. And Jim Muhoozi is the minister.
And Alice Kaboyo.
Yes, he's a minister. Alice Kaboyo is a minister. Yes, not only even those ones. There are other many people that normally, you know.
So it's only in Uganda where you get awarded
by doing wrong.
By doing wrong.
The moment you do wrong where in Uganda, you are. Yes, you remember those ones who worked, I think, for the, was it, they went and defended URA or something of the sort.
Oh, handshake.
Yes, how much did they get? How much did they get? They were not deserving that. Because these are employees.
1.6
billion.
These
are a lot of money was given to those people. So Uganda is losing a lot of money. Some of the money is given out to people who are actually not supposed to get such a money. And the president is okay with it. So I don't know what happened. I don't know how he breathes. I don't know what he thinks. But the country has gone into ruins because of the actions of the president. If it would be another country like South Korea, the president would be impeached for doing all those kind of things. So at times some people say that, you know, the president is involved, you know, in those secondarious things. Yeah, he sends the people, go and bring me, you know, 20 billion, go and bring me 100 billion. And this man has nowhere to get it. He goes and packs the what? The money from, he goes and packs the money from the treasury. And then the money goes. And when tomorrow you talk about such a person, then the president comes up and say, please, Mubawachi, you leave those people. Leave those people. So, President Museveni, I don't know what eats money at his place at what State House. At State House. The man uses a lot of money. I don't know for what. Because he gets 1.8 billion a day to spend. This is an old man, this is an old woman. The children grew up, they are all married.
They have their dads and mothers also.
The last born, I don't know whether he's the last born, he's a general in the army. Now,
the last Muzukuru.
Now,
he's also a general in the army.
To ensure that now the man has forgotten his only sons and daughters, he's now talking of the Bazukuru. How do you talk of the Bazukuru when the Tugumes, the sons, are still here? So there is a problem. There is a problem in the country. And this problem can't be solved within this period alone. We need a long period to solve this problem amicably and completely and also. Otherwise, President Museveni if he comes back for the 5 years, to go for 45 years in the power, I'm telling you the country will be dry. Right now, as I speak, we have a debt of 120 trillion. That excludes
and the business is normal. We are happy with that.
120 trillion, excluding the money that we pay to the Republic of Congo. Because the Republic of Congo, we pay 65 billion, 65 million US
financial
dollars. Yes, for financial year. That's a lot of money. 1 billion, I think, is 1 million USA dollars is about 3-point-something billion. So you calculate times 65. How much is that? We don't even have money. Now, on top of that, instead of now going with that, we are constructing roads from the border of Uganda to Bunagana, a border of Uganda to Congo, to Goma, to Bunya, to Kisangani. How much are we spending? Then we have this expenditure of the soldiers who are in Congo for a long time. The operation is Shuja. It has been there. We don't know what they are doing. We don't know what they have done. And they are all there eating money. Every day, 600 million is spent on the soldiers. So we have soldiers in Somalia. They also need money. We have soldiers in Central African Republic. They need money. We have soldiers in Equatorial Guinea. They need money. We have soldiers internally everywhere. They all need money. So such expeditions of going here and there with soldiers, with what, it takes a lot of money. And most of the money that goes out does not go through Parliament. It goes, he just calls, they get, buckets and whatever of money, and they just carry in their heads and take. You remember when we went to print some money?
But why would President Museveni hand over an empty central bank to a very good economist like Atingi? There is virtually no money in the bank, in the vault.
Atingi had presided over an empty Bank of Uganda for the last 3 years. So he's used of the emptiness, he's used of being dry.
The emptiness,
the emptiness of the
Bank of Uganda.
He's used with the emptiness of the Bank of Uganda. So I think that's why they appointed him. Another person would demand that, please, no, the bank is dry.
There's no money.
But this one doesn't care. He doesn't care. He recently built a house, by the way. He never had a house in the village. But the man has built a bungalow which would cost about 2-point-something billion. That man. And his village is the only one having that house. Now, this Nwagaba, who has been lecturer at Makerere, he has been earning about 5 million. When he comes and they pay him 20, they owe 40. The man is indifferent. And he's an old man, he has now aged. President Museveni first looks at you. You grow old, then he brings you when you're almost dying. You are near the grave, that's when he gives
so that you don't enjoy a lot.
You don't enjoy whatever. You just eat, and when you eat, change the eating. You completely become shapeless. Look at our Norbert Mao. He went when he was a very handsome guy. He was a bit slender. He had his nice skin. Now when he went, he has got the cheeks have, grown. He has got, so the man, you can't even understand him. That is what is happening. That, President Museveni brings you when you are almost bedridden. And that's when he gives you something to do. Yes. So Nwagaba is theoretical. He has no hands-on economics. He has been teaching economics, but his past degrees were not actually in economics. So they were in science. So in that way, he cannot be a good economics. Actually, the rest of the professors have been challenging his economic discussions. Yeah. So this one at Ingego is the person who did some bit of work somewhere, but because of being used of emptiness of the bank, because of his his character of wanting to satisfy himself. So that is why the man has to remain there. He's a very arrogant man. You haven't seen him very arrogant. No, most of them, by the way. Both of them.
Atingi with ego.
Atingi, when you say Ating, then you put ego. When you go into the subscription.
It doesn't sound well. It's supposed to be Atingi
with ego. But if you Ating ego, then it becomes so complicated and so obnoxious. So this man is just there enjoying himself with the sweat of Ugandans. He has nothing to protect. He failed to protect the money. The money went about 65 billion. So he's totally nothing. He's totally is going to do completely nothing. He can't do anything.
We have some feedback here. Yes. Remy Tavaro says a very land muwejere. Then Martin L says what is a muwejere in English. The same Martin L says the program is more entertaining in Uganda. Asaf Bugembe says mwevali kuwereza. The same Asaf Bugembe, the way Omuwejere throws figures. We're throwing billions. What?
Yes, but that is it. That is it. Because they have not added. I've not added the 700 billion given to Magora. I've not added the 900 billion given to Natasha recently. I've not added the 300 given to Rocco. This is money. And 180 that was given to Ramadan Gobi. Ramadan Gobi. Yes, for having married the daughter of the Munyankori.
Yes.
So that you just go and enjoy yourself. So these are the figures. It is true that this program would be enjoyable, would be entertaining in Uganda. But we felt
that it's also true that some of our people do not really understand Uganda.
Yeah, they don't understand.
But we will chip in there, Uganda, somewhere.
Sure. And I know most people, our viewers, they really understand English, and we have spoken Uganda for a long time. I almost forgot. By the way, forgot.
Akuram Hamza Kangave says good show. Thank you, Sebo Akuram.
Thank you.
I'm curious and wondering. President Museveni's wisdom, because he's been so silent on the issue of Governor Bank of Uganda that some Ugandan, in the name of Muwema, Fred Muwema, once almost sued government for using fake money. That we have been using fake money since Mutebire died.
Of course, I asked. Nobody had the authority to use Mutebire's signature on the money.
Yes, because that was his
a signature of the deceased is as dead as the owner. So they die together.
So I'm curious.
So even the money that you have, if you have some money with you there, check if there is a signature of the governor who is Mutebiri. That indicates that money is fake.
Let me check whether it's
that money is fake. So generally, Uganda, you even fail to know how Uganda operates. Yes. But that's very little money, Mr. Muko.
This is very little money.
1,000.
It's logo tender.
But can you be able to see the signature? Because 1,000.
Oh, yes,
okay,
I have a 20 note.
That one now.
This is now by
Tumusime Mutebiri. Of course, yes. Who signed?
No, this should be. It is a new note.
It has no
should
signature.
Be Atingi Gomai.
No, but it.
So this is fake.
It is fake money. All the money that by the time the other man died, Emmanuel Tumusime Mutebiri, all the money that was being used during that period. Bearing his signature has been fake money. Because they never went to, then the Minister of Finance would have gone to Parliament and issued an instrument requesting the Parliament to allow the money to proceed until the new governor is appointed.
Someone out there would love to ask, why, after this whole long period of time, President Museveni now comes out and appoints a governor Bank of Uganda?
Me, I've told you that initially President Museveni was saying that there was nothing to preside over. There was nothing. So when the retro came and it was also stolen, so the president thought that this man who is used of the emptiness of the bank should be let him continue.
Let him preside over
and you might find that he has just appointed him because of tribal basis. Because President Museveni normally goes with the tribe. He has brought the other Nwagawa, is the head, is like NUP, the old NUP, where the vice was the head of the party. So in this one as well, you might find that Nwagawa, Augustus Nwagawa, is actually the head of the party, the head of the bank. So the other one was put there because of his tribal, so that they can say Atingi is the Bank of Uganda governor, but when in actual sense the whole powers have gone to Nwagaba. Yes, that's what normally happens. Because you saw the man, the way he was talking, he was so green about economics. He was so green about what happens in the Bank of Uganda. He doesn't know how the Bank of Uganda operates. He's talking about, the money was not stolen for us, we paid. Whom did you pay? They're asking you, whom did you pay? And you are saying, for us we paid a wrong account. If you
paid the wrong account.
Yes, if you paid the wrong account, then you are held responsible. You are entirely held responsible. But some people are just doing the wrongs they do, as I've said. When you do a good wrong in Uganda, then you'll be promoted. Museveni loves wrong things, by the way. He loves wrong things. This government loves wrong things. Even if you want to become a member of parliament, and you know how to abuse very well in Uganda here, you automatically become a member of parliament.
The other day he was appointing another DC.
Yes, the one who removed the clothes and showed his buttocks to the people. Yeah, he's another DC. He's another DC. So you must do something bad if you want to be recognized by the president, and he appoints you. And for us who are doing good, are doing better, for the whole period that we have been in Uganda, we have been denied the chance to serve our country.
If you do something normal in an abnormal setting, then you are the abnormal person yourself.
Yeah, of course, yes. But I think there was something. You see, these guys, when they were in the bush, they saw a lot of things. They saw many things, which warranted them to go for refresher courses and counseling and rehabilitation when they came to power. And they did not go. Such a kind of memories don't go away from you. So you tend not to socialize with normal people, your loyal people and, persons of caliber that you can discuss with. You feel as if they are not people. So you are used of animals, you are used of snakes. When you dream, you are dreaming about, being eaten by a lion. So such a kind of person cannot automatically, trust anybody. So Prime 7 is much better off with thieves he stole money with when he was in the bush than the thieves he finds when they are already here. That's why he keeps on, moving them around, circumnavigating them.
From here
Totafire, go to foreign affairs, tomorrow go to internal affairs. Then he brings these old men.
Transferring the problem from one ministry, from one office, from one department to another.
Actually, if it is spreading diseases, they have really
He has
done a lot of spreading diseases. So, Prem 7, that is his way until he leaves power. And I don't think he's going to leave power. Prem 7 might not leave power because he came to be in the power. He doesn't see any other job that he can do. Of course, it will not be there because he's croaking around 100 years. If not, already 100 years. For you don't know, this man is very old. When you see a Muhima who is a president and is looking like him, then you know that the man is very old. His father, by the time he died, is 120, but he was looking good. So recently I saw his picture and I was like, no, this man surely is about 100 plus. Yes, so the man will die in power. That's what he wants. Because 40 years would be enough for him to live. But he's telling you that he's coming back. So we don't know. He's coming back to preside over the potholes. He's coming over to preside over the darkness in the villages without electricity. Is he coming over to drink bad water with the cows? Is it over corruption? What is he coming back to do? Why don't you go and rest? Let him go and rest. No, but the man loves power like anything. And when it comes to his wife, they are all drunk with power. They cannot leave power. They can't. So they will all die in the power because there are times when Prem 7 was like thinking about it and Janet was like, it's me to take it. So she almost became Grace Mugabe. So in this country, everybody is eyeing the state now. It is the only job that we are saying. If you are not going to parliament, you are going to state house. Those are the only jobs. That's where people are seeing. Because now anybody who looks around and say, Mzee is almost going, Muhoozi is saying, I must be the president. Being a son of the president doesn't mean you will also become a president. There are many sons of the presidents that are nowhere to be seen. Where are the sons of Benaissa? Where are the sons of Idi Amin? Where are the sons of... where are they? So please don't just take exception because your father has been in power for the last 40 years. No. Don't do that. You try, to be simple, to be civil, and do the work, serve the people as an army commander, and then tomorrow people will appreciate, but not to say you are still an army commander, but you are not satisfied. You also want to take the other one. No, we can't go with that kind of thing. And it would be better, by the way, if you he wants the presidency, and they give a chance to other people who fought for them, like retired Dr. Chiza Besigye, like others, you know. You are taking it in Nyefuza. If you can look at Sejusa, he can't even move. Where are other people like Ivan Koretas? Where are Andrew Rutayas? Where are they? The Kanyankores, I think Kanyankore died, Behande died, Jet Tumwewaze died, and Kazini died, and others. But there are those ones who are still there. The man has no respect for them, and that's the person who says he wants to be the president of this country.
Who respects a dead man.
Yes, you can't. You can't. You know, that's an issue. That's a very big issue. That we want somebody who respects the colleagues, a person who respects the army, a person who respects the opposition. Because even if you do what, the opposition will always be there. Okay? So this kind of behaving as if you are in heaven, no, it doesn't work at all. So yeah, we believe that the viewers will support us, and we tell them. That's why we are speaking in English, so that this time around, the message goes direct to them in State House. It is going to find President Museveni seated wherever he is. It is going to find General Mohozi wherever he is, whether he's in the Congo, whether in what. We are sending a message. Yes.
Interpretation.
No, we are sending a message of doom, that if you don't change the way you do your things, this country is in ruins. And if it goes into it, you yourselves, you will never survive. We are sorry, we are telling you the truth. I'm a Munyankore man from Mutunga Moruhama, telling you in English so that even your colleagues who are near you can listen. Please, check yourselves.
Okay, you talked about the retired Colonel Dr. Kiza Besigye.
Yes.
Lately, he's going through a lot.
Yes.
If not a lot, is going through him. But as we talk, he's in Luzira. But just yesterday, someone whispered to me that he went missing.
Yeah, he's not at.
He went missing.
No,
he's not at Luzira. He's not at Chitalia. He's there. Yeah. We do not know where.
No. They removed him.
But right now, as we talk, the other day, President Museveni and his son, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, championed a defiance campaign against the Supreme Court ruling.
No, actually,
where they pronounce themselves on the issue of trying civilians like you and me in the General Court Martial. It was crystal clear, and their reasoning was crystal clear, that it's unconstitutional. President Museveni, in his wisdom, and his son, the CDF, are saying, no, the civilians need to continue be tried in the General Court Martial. What do you take of the same?
No, whichever is being done is unconstitutional in this country, if you don't know that. There are a lot of things that are being done unconstitutionally. And the president is not worried about, practicing his normal way or practicing, unconstitutional ways. Yeah, definitely. So the Constitutional Court, the Supreme Court, the ruling of the Supreme Court cannot be challenged, because where will you challenge it from?
But because we say these two gentlemen,
yes,
people who hold offices that we consider high, the CDF and the commander of the armed forces,
yes,
and the president as well of this republic. If they start telling us otherwise and against the Supreme Court ruling, then we are headed for a problem, a real big problem.
No, of course the problems are already there. Yes, but what I know, that before this ruling, the Chief Justice might have talked to President Museveni. I know such a kind of ruling could not have gone, in that way. It would have been extreme if they never talked to him. They would even have ordered for the immediate release of the cannabis and the rest of the people. But they talked to him. And even after talking to him, the man was not satisfied. And he went and attacked them, and his son attacks them. This issue of attacking the judges, you and your son, is something that you need
They
to
do not,
have.
particularly in
Yes.
his words, that's
Yes.
President Joel Museveni Kaguta, judges do not govern this country.
But it's okay. But he forgot that the judiciary is the third arm of government. The executive, the legislature, and then
the
judiciary.
judiciary.
Now, how can you say that they are not they are
The
not
governors
the ones,
of the country?
The governor of this country. They are. Judges are. And their decision cannot change. This decision which they passed cannot change. But what I learned is that Dr. Besigye was removed from Rusira and is likely to be kept in Busia. Yes, he's likely to be kept in Busia, if not around that place, because he was driven towards the Mukono area. That is because the reason why they removed him, you remember there was a habeas corpus that was issued.
Yes.
So that for him to be produced before the
either
court,
dead or alive.
So when the day it was issued, these people went and picked him from Rusira and took him towards Mukono. So the man is not in Rusira, he was taken somewhere. So what they are planning to do is to bring him to the magistrate's court. And the moment they aligned him in magistrate's court in Busia or somewhere, that means they will just take plea, then they will remand him. They can remand him that day to go and serve for 180 days, or they can keep on go and come back. Then after that, after serving the remand, that is when they will be planning to commit him to the High Court, what they call High Court committal. And that one can take over 10 years, even 20 years. I know those who have been in jail under remand, who have never appeared before any judge for the last 15 years. They are there.
Quite often we take General Muhoozi Kainerugaba's tweets as jokes. But he once tweeted saying and telling everyone that either they will bring Besigye in a coffin, or there are words that he used.
No, of course.
Isn't this affecting General Muhoozi Kainerugaba's words?
No, of course, Besigye will die. Not only Besigye, even his father will also die. Even himself, by the way, they will all die.
And they're looking at beheading.
Yes, torture.
Someone did ask, what does Mwejere mean?
You're vulnerable person. Yes. If he wants, let him leave and comes, and then we see. We go in the field, and then he's going to see. Yes. So that English of reading does not apply now. We want the English of speaking. Speak English. We are here, trying to speak because we need to reason and speak, some simple English to our viewers.
Dem Kiza Jonathan.
Yes.
It's good to go English too. It widens your viewership.
Yes.
Then concludes and says, great show.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Dembe. Thank you so much. So, in real sense of the fact is that we have people who are reading us and who are not supposed, who would have gone about 10 years ago. But they are still around, and they are still enjoying themselves. And because we have poor planners, we have poor opposition, of course, they will have to continue, and we have very little to do. Very little to do. Because even our brothers who are outside now, who are in diaspora, those guys used to do a very great work. They are the ones who removed Amin. There are some of them who removed Obote. There are those who removed but now, because of our people who have gone and got, and as intelligence officers are disguising themselves as the leaders of opposition, now they have been so much, incapacitated. They have been, nailed down. Their secrets have been, given to President Museveni, and so they cannot do anything. And that's an issue. That's the problem that we have as a country. So, if it is not God, if he is to plan and see how we can save Uganda, for us to get a new president, for us to get a president who will listen, then you will find that we will get a person who doesn't respect anybody, like General Muhoozi.
Talking about someone who will save the country in the future, we know that this year and the early next year we will be lining up to vote or to choose the country's next president in the 2026 general elections. It will fall, I think, around January.
Yeah, it is January next year.
So I want you to lead us and show us what the future politically has for the country Uganda,
No,
given
the
situation today.
No, first of all, there is no election. The elections being organized by Electoral Commission is null and void. It does not represent.
What do you mean null and void?
It is completely.
Because they are very busy soliciting for funds to run the exercise smoothly.
No,
they have outed their roadmap.
You cannot separate. You cannot separate the current Electoral Commission from the person of the President Museveni, and you cannot separate it from the NRM party, which still wants to rule this country for the next 20 years. Actually, they had at first suggested 50 years, but I think when they went and the Ngoma Yaba Womela, they felt it is so sweet and they want to continue. So President Museveni wants to continue, NRM wants to continue, and as such, they have Electoral Commission that is there for them. I was telling you how they steal the votes. That for you, you think that the votes, what you are voting is what is going to be counted. When in actual sense, they already have the pre-ticked ballots, yes, which are in a certain box, and they are the ones which are red. Then yours, they go and ban them. If you want to know that Ugandans are so smart, when they went to print money in France, Ugandans went with them and they printed theirs. They came with bags full of money printed. So that's what is going to happen. That the organizers of these elections are pro Museveni 100%. If you cut their bread, will come showing Museveni. Then they are NRM.
I thought it will flow yellow.
No, not yellow, but Museveni himself. It can be red, but it will be the same as that one of Museveni. Because they love NRM and Museveni so much, to the extent that even Museveni doesn't stand, they can wake up one day and declare him the winner. So there is nothing that you're going to get from this election. Prem Museveni said that just a mere Borat cannot remove him from power. Then what are you going to do? That's why for me, I'm telling Ugandans that don't go for those things. Don't waste your money, don't waste your time, don't waste your precious day to go and vote. Prem Museveni has already gone through, so he's awaiting to swear in his cabinet. For you, what are you going to do there? There is completely nothing in this election, completely nothing. And there is a problem that is going to come after this election, or between this election. Because first of all, some people know that this is the last chance of their trying. If you brought Dr. Besigye out of the jail, will he be still having a chance of standing for the presidency? No. So he's coming for the last and forever. That is the last chance of him. Look at a person like Norbert Mao. If he leaves NRM now and wants to stand, will he try again after 2026? He can't. He will be a very old man. After now, when you look at him, he's no longer having an energy of doing anything. So that is it. And even the others, even Muntu, even other people. So the only person who will be still there can be like General Muhoozi, can be like, Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. But when you look at the style of leadership by Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, he is very, very far away, 120 miles from the president.
It leaves everyone guessing what's going to be the next step.
Yeah, I'm telling you. So what is going to happen is that people are going to fight. There's going to be a lot of fighting, especially for parliamentary seats, because they know money is only in the parliament, money is only in the government. So they are going to fight, trying to defend their seats. You're going to see money flowing. You're going to see people dying. It is easily somebody to kill you. They arrest some people and others go to parliament when you've not gone. So it is going to happen. Me, I know there is a turmoil that is coming. And President Museveni might die within this coming, term of office. And if he dies, you see what happens? Every general will need to take any part of the country. General Bijirwa, who is a civilian general, will take up the eastern. He's take up the eastern Uganda. Yes. Gideon Tugume might declare himself the major general and takes up also the other side of Western. Hey, because I'm very, very strong. If I go this side, I don't go very far. I cut off Western Uganda from Rukaya. That is where I start from. From all the taxes go to Gideon Tugume Mwejiri. The vulnerable, all the money you pay heavy taxes.
You're lucky you have Bank of Uganda in Masaka.
Even in Barara. So I have two branches.
You have two branches.
I have two branches. Even in Kabare, actually there are 3 branches. So I will ensure that the whole of the taxes from that area goes to me, goes to my people, and I will appoint my own people who listen to me. So that is what is going to happen. You will get somebody from northern Uganda, also gets that part. You will get somebody from central, also takes the part. So it is going to be a lot of divisionism. The country will be divided, and people will kill each other for the next 20 years. We might be like Sudan. Actually, we might be like Sudan, what it is now. Because we are not prepared to take over from President Museveni, who has refused to hand over power peacefully. We are not prepared. The person who is there, who would say maybe we shall talk to him, the one who is heading the army, he says, I'm going to cut the heads of the opposition. So now, so if we get him, can't we cut his before? If we can get him around the corner when he's not having those soldiers around him, we just cut his before. So I would also promise him that the moment I become the president or even the prime minister in the new government, I will order the cutting of your head, General Muhoozi. I'm very, very bitter about you. You're not serious. You cannot say you're going to cut off the heads of everybody as if yours cannot be hurt. It can be cut completely. Be cut completely. And when I cut his, I take even the head. I don't leave it there. I take the head into the museum.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Muko. Well, we have used about 3/4 of the time that we are supposed to stay discussing or conversing with our viewers. I will want to hear your last statements on this.
Yes, my last statements are that this country belongs to us. It is for all of us. It is our duty to speak up. Actually, when a certain president, was it of Ivory Coast, or it is somewhere there, was removed and he said, people make noise, make noise, make noise. He had forgotten that the Tugumes who are making noise right now are very important. So you people, you make noise. Talk, talk, talk and talk in your own language. Talk in Ruchiga, talk in Runyankore, talk in Ruganda, talk in Rusoga, talk in Nate, Soinachori, Langi, Alu, and everything, and Lugbala. So that people can understand that there is a problem in this country. If we don't talk and we don't speak our minds, we don't tell them the truth, then the country will go to the dogs.
Investigator TV, live. Thank you for keeping it simply at The Investigator. Thank you for liking, thank you for sharing, and thank you for commenting. Until then, bye-bye.